It's the middle of March 2022. In fact, it's the 15th of March, which is in the Roman calendar called the Ides of March, made famous because it was the day that Julius Caesar was assassinated, stabbed in the back, so to say, by his colleagues in the Roman Senate, including his close friend Brutus. Oh, but before I start, could I get you to please click the subscribe button below? It doesn't cost you anything. YouTube is not going to follow you any more than they already do. It just helps me build a following here so that I can eventually monetize this channel through ads. Thanks. So if you're invested in the stock market, you probably realize that, at least in the United States and many other countries, we are in a bear phase. Nearly every stock is down, and some of those are on sale, and some of them are down because they're garbage stocks from companies that don't make money, or that were incredibly overpriced and still probably have farther to fall. In the United States, we're faced with inflation that's probably going to be about 10% this year. Part of that is because so much money was created during the last 2 years of COVID, and some of it is resulting from higher fuel prices, which affect the price of everything else, because everything in this world has inputs that either come from petroleum itself or else have to be transported. Some people predicted a recession for this year due to higher fuel prices causing a recession. But fear of a recession then depresses fuel prices, which then excites people that fuel prices have stopped going up and maybe we'll avoid a recession, which then causes people to get bullish about the economy, and that can help push up fuel prices. Again, which then lead to fears of recession and on and on. Another factor with high oil prices is that it incentivizes producers to produce more, to make even more money, which then floods the market with oil and depresses the price. And with prices up this high, it can make restarting shale oil production in the United States and Canada more attractive to resume. Obviously, there's a terrible war going on in Ukraine, one that could end in a few days, or it could turn into another Afghanistan for Russia, or from the American experience, become Russia's Vietnam, a long-lasting, costly war that they end up losing. Because of the war and the sanctions associated with it, the cost of certain things will likely go up. Oil, natural gas, gold and silver, nickel, computer chips, all have gone up or could go up even more. But if you think that you can invest in these things now and make a killing, be very cautious. Gold and silver could continue to go up and are easy to buy as ETFs on the stock market, but the smart money has already made their bets on that. If you're interested in gold or silver, please see my short videos which discuss how to do that and whether those are really good long-term hedges against inflation. As I point out in all of my videos, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, just entertainment. But I think for people interested in investing in assets of various types, my videos can be a way to get some ideas. But in this video, I want to suggest some moves that you should consider besides stock market investing, which I will leave for my next video. 1. Start or build an emergency fund. How much money should you have in it? That's really up to you. Various people giving financial advice give different numbers. Some say the equivalent amount of 6 months of your salary or 12 months. Other people say don't save that much because it's going to be eaten away by inflation. You need to think about how safe your job is. Before COVID hit, a lot of people didn't realize how precarious their jobs may be, or how resilient they might have been when they were able to work from home. Sure, inflation will eat away a little bit at these savings, but even if it's 10%, it's better to have $5,000 in an emergency fund that loses $500 in purchasing power, rather than having no money in the fund and then having an expensive, unexpected issue with your SUV's motor that cost you $5,000 to repair, and you have to put it on your credit card that's charging you 24.99% interest per year. 2. For a long time, inflation in the United States has been very low, usually under 3%. For the present and perhaps foreseeable future, it's going to be higher, 7 to 10%, maybe even higher if petroleum prices stay up. How to combat inflation. Find non-perishable items to buy now. Start stocking up on, say, toilet paper. As long as you keep it dry, it will last forever until you use it, and it's something that everybody in the world uses, and it's not going to get any cheaper in the future. One of my favorite stores, which is called Dollar Tree, and for 30 years had items priced at $1, recently raised the prices on almost everything to $1.25. In many cases, besides the 25% increase in price, they've also decreased the size of items. But it's still a good place to stock up on things that everyone uses and that will last until you open them up. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, laundry soap, hand soap, bleach, and things like that aren't going to get any cheaper anytime soon. Start stocking up on these things and stashing them away. That's the way to beat inflation on a lot of things. 3. Liquidate other assets. Everyone seems to have gift cards they got for Christmas a year or 2 or 3 ago. Because of the worldwide pandemic, a lot of people have stayed at home. Take an inventory of things like gift cards and start to use them. They're not going to do you any favor sitting in your desk drawer, and they're not going to gain in value as we're hit with inflation. And in some cases, like restaurants and physical bookstores, they may even disappear, leaving you with a worthless card. If you have cards that you're not going to use, then think about selling them or donating them to a local charity, or you can always give them as a gift to someone else. Make a financial plan. Start by making a budget to find out how much money you are really spending. Look for things that you can cut back on. Subscriptions to online streaming sites, expensive cable subscriptions that can be replaced with cheaper options, etc. And then work on a plan. What are your goals? Are you on course to retire? Are you on course to hitting other financial goals like purchasing a first house or vacation home? What about an educational fund for your children or paying off various types of debt? There are all kinds of free tools to help you out on the internet, and perhaps even the software already on your computer that can help you with budgeting and other things. But you don't need anything fancy. A piece of paper and a pen or pencil can help you get started. The hardest part is sitting down and putting down the numbers and your goals and figuring out how you're going to reach them. 5. There is, of course, a million other things that I can say, but I want to keep this short. But as you think about your finances, do you have a will? Will requirements vary from state to state, and here I'm talking about the United States. I'm not giving financial or legal advice, but there are plenty of sample wills that you can find on the internet. If you don't have a will, I would guess that having some type of will, which is not perfect, is still better than having no will at all. And you can change the will every day if you want to, so don't worry about getting it perfect. And either within the will or with it, have an attachment having clear directives on particular items that you want to go to individual members of your family, if that's something that's relevant. If you want grandma's gold necklace to go to one child and a ring to go to another child, and dishes to go to a third child, then talk to them about that and put it down on paper. So many siblings and family members are torn apart after the death of parents as they fight to divide up items that may or may not have orally been promised to a particular person. And if you have bigger assets like a business, especially one that your children do not work in, figure out what they would like. Do they have any interest in running a business, or would they just prefer to have the money in the end? These aren't any questions that I can answer here, but they are legitimate questions that need to be asked. Okay, so that's going to be the end of today's video. Look for future videos that suggest some ideas as to what you can do in the stock market at this turbulent time in world history. Remember, this is not financial or investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor, just somebody on YouTube providing entertainment. But I do really appreciate everyone's comments on my videos. Even if you really disagree with me, I would still love to have you leave a comment. It would really help me if you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, please view my other videos, and if you like them, click on the like button on those. I'm on Instagram at AnthonyRRMills. You can follow me there. I sell old stock and bond certificates, coins, paper money, and books, among other things, on eBay with the username Stock Tycoon. Look for me there. Thanks for watching.